Back at it, ladies and gentlemen. It's All Sports with Smitty. I'm your host, Smitty, and I just want to thank everybody for the views on last video. I really appreciate it. On this video, if you can like and subscribe, it would be well appreciated. Now, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. It's All Sports with Smitty, and we're talking about the two teams in the NFL that have made the most progress over the year, and that's the New York Giants and the New York Jets. Let's talk about the Giants. Brian Daboll, first head coaching job. He's been in the league 20 years. This is his first head coaching job for the New York Giants. They are 6-1, and he's doing a hell of a job, ladies and gentlemen. He's taking advantage of the opportunity that he's received for being a head coach. No head coaching experience in the past. This is his first. He's been an offensive coordinator and a quarterbacks coach, but this is his first opportunity to be a head coach, and he's doing a great job. Daniel Jones, the quarterback for the Giants, looking good, not making crucial mistakes. I didn't want the Giants to draft him. I thought in that draft, Dwayne Haskins was the better talent. Unfortunately, Dwayne Haskins has come to his demise, getting hit by a truck on a highway and being killed. But besides that, Dwayne Haskins was the better player at that time in the draft, and I feel as though Daniel Jones should not have been picked by the Giants. But being as though he's a Giant, let's talk about him today. Just get the ball to Saquon Barkley. He's your best player. Saquon Barkley receiving and rushing. Just get the ball to Saquon Barkley. The Giants don't have any other offensive weapons really to speak of. But last year they were 4-13. This year they're 6-1. So Brian Daboll is doing a hell of a job coaching the New York Giants. Let's look at the other New York team. There's 3 New York teams. There's the New York Giants, the New York Jets, and the Buffalo Bills. We're not talking about the Buffalo Bills today. We're going to just talk about the New York Jets as well. Robert Saleh, he's the former coach of the 49ers, defensive coordinator. He's doing a hell of a job getting the Jets ready. They went into Green Bay and got a win. For the Jets, that was a big game for them to get in there and get that win. And they just recently beat the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos, ladies and gentlemen, they can't score a touchdown. I don't know what's wrong with them, but let's go back to the Jets. Awesome defense they're playing this year. Their front four, their front seven really is really the backbone of their team. Bringing you defensive pressures, getting the quarterback on the ground. They're doing very well defensively. They're 5-2, right? Trying to keep pace with the Buffalo Bills. Let's see what happens. We got a couple more weeks to get this ramped up to see who's going to be in the playoff picture. All right. Awesome defense from the Jets. They're 5-2, trying to keep up with Buffalo. Can the Jets make the playoffs this year? That's a big question for them. The Jets have not been a playoff team in the past. But if they can break through this year and be a playoff team, that's a great credit to Robert Saleh, the coach of the New York Jets. Let's look at another NFL game that happened. The Bucs lost to the Panthers 21-3. Tom Brady, ladies and gentlemen, he looked wretched. Absolutely horrible. They can't score a touchdown. The Panthers shut them out. It was 21-3. They got a field goal. But besides that, the Panthers couldn't do anything. All right, another game that was in the NFL, the Cowboys beat the Lions 24-6. Dak Prescott's game back. He looked pretty decent. But let's talk about the Commanders going into Green Bay and beating the Packers. Aaron Rodgers is not looking like the MVP Aaron Rodgers. He's looking like he's on his way out. I think he signed for one more year with the Green Bay Packers. He's pointing fingers all around at everybody except for himself. I know he's mad that he doesn't have his wide receiver. He went to Oakland, but you can't point the fingers at everybody else. Sooner or later, that finger's going to come back to you. All right. The Jets beat the Broncos 16-9. The Broncos could not score. Anyone who is a fan of the Denver Broncos needs to reconsider their fandom. Anyone that's a fan of the Denver Broncos needs to reconsider their fandom. Garbage. You understand what I'm saying to you? Bums. No good for the Denver Broncos. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've covered the NFL as much as I am. Now let's move on to the NBA. Okay, because this is all sports with Smitty. All right, let's transition to the NBA. The New York Knicks, this is a Knicks channel, it's a Yankees channel, and it's the NFL channel. So let's talk about the Knicks. The Knicks are currently on television right now playing the Charlotte Hornets, but they are 2-1. Trying to be 3-1 tonight. That sounds good to me. If we can beat the Hornets, I would really appreciate it. All right. 3-1 is a lifetime away from being 2-2. 2-2 doesn't move the needle, but 3-1, you're looking like you're doing something. So let's be happy that the Knicks are looking like they're winning this game. And my boy Quentin Grimes is still hurt with his foot. We haven't needed him that much so far. But as the season goes on, we're going to need Quentin Grimes' three-pointer and defensive prowess. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the NBA report, and we're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. 0-3. King James is looking like a court gesture, ladies and gentlemen. A court gesture. Not looking good at all. No shooting for the LA Lakers. Horrible. Anyone that's a fan of the LA Lakers needs to reconsider their fandom. Bums. Garbage. All right, so let's move. We've covered the NBA. As the season goes on, we're going to cover the NBA more. It's the early start. The Portland Trail Blazers are 4-0. That's pretty good. Let's see if they can hold on and make the playoffs, because they won't be number one overall once the season comes to an end. But if they can make the playoffs, that's good for Portland. They signed Damian Lillard to a 2-year, $120 million contract. That's $60 million a year. I think he's the highest paid player in North America right now. So Damian Lillard is doing his thing. Got the Portland Trail Blazers 4-0. And let's just see what happens moving forward. Let's transition to the New York Yankees, ladies and gentlemen. We just got swept by the Houston Astros, 4-0. I believe we could have had a chance to beat the Phillies in the World Series, but we didn't make it. It's up to Brian Cashman to get something going. You got to sign Judge. I don't care what he's asking for. Give it to him. He deserves it. So whatever Aaron Judge wants, give it to him. He's the man. If you lose Aaron Judge in this offseason, just forget about it. We don't have nothing else. So you got to pay Aaron Judge. It's crucial. So Brian Cashman, get on your job and pay Aaron Judge. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hanging out with me for this quick scenario. All Sports with Smitty. Come and place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. It's All Sports with Smitty. Y'all be cool.